Only for the Fans, the podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Only for the Fans, the podcast, where your favorite entertainers and adult stars come to tell their story, how they became who they are. Today, we have a woman who is a former Madam and Dominatrix, but you know her for telling the truth about the music industry. Welcome, Jag. Thank you for coming to sit with me.
Hi.
I'm honored.
You know what? I'm honored. This is a new venture for you and flagship new business, a woman of many businesses, a woman of many talents, and I'm glad that I'm one of the first.
Yay.
So it's my honor.
Well, I like to do a toast
Yes.
before we get started.
Commemorations.
Say it. Say the word, Jay.
Commemorations.
There it is. A lot's been going on, but you are profound. You are making it through. And you know, like I know, that your family here and you're safe here. So I want to toast to that before
To
we
safety.
get into it. Honey, because it's about to get
Hashtag crueltyfreeartistry.org. Get into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I love that that's my new point.
Yeah.
That's my new focus.
It kind of plays side by side with what I'm doing here with this
I
podcast.
know. It's lovely when things evolve in your life. So let's get into it. You want to get in my business?
I want to get in your
my
business, girl. So, you are notably
Mm.
known for coming and spreading the truth about the music industry. I mean, we talked about Jay-Z, we talked about Diddy, we talked about
We've
them all.
talked about a lot of people.
But we don't talk enough about you.
No.
So we're going to talk about you today.
Okay.
Okay. So I like to start with the very beginning. For those who may not know, where are you from, born and raised?
Well, I was born in New Jersey, grew up between Philadelphia and South Jersey, and then in my teenage years, I left home and I moved back to the city. And I finished my formative life in Philadelphia. I mean, for a short while, I lived overseas. I moved around a lot. I've always been an adventurer. I've always been a traveler. So for me, the intersection into the dark side of the moon, it started for me with trauma.
Yeah. So did you grow up with both parents in the home?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, and that was your entire adolescent life?
Oh, absolutely. My mother, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about that yet. Mm-hmm. Still haven't seen a body. Still haven't seen a death certificate. It's been 2 months. No notable authorities have been notified of no. But anyway, my mom, what were we talking about?
You grew up with both parents in the home?
Yeah. My mother is a widow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so your father passed.
2009. Okay. I saw his body. I planned his funeral. Sang at it too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful.
Was that difficult for you?
Of course. My dad was my best friend. And it was difficult for me because we were very close when I was young. And then right before puberty, things got weird in our household. And things got weird with me and Dad. The more I became a girl, the weirder Dad got with me.
And so when you say weird, was it more like distant weird?
I was raised like a son.
Okay.
When I became a girl, I felt like my body was betraying me because it was letting my dad down.
She been home.
Scooter's got tits.
Whoa.
That was the nickname he gave me, Scooter. That's not a nickname you give a girl.
So up until puberty, you were one of the boys.
My dad treated me. He raised me like a son. I worked. I started working with my dad when I was 4.5 years old. I played football. I am the quintessence, period, Tom girl. Like, I don't want to play with the girls. Who wants to play with dolls? I want to climb that tree. That was always me. And it's funny because I didn't start embracing my femininity until after I became a mom.
And how old were you when you became a mom?
Well, there was my first, and that was quick. And then there was Giovanni. And Giovanni was 6. I was 16. So becoming a mom changed everything, changed the whole game, because I was a new kind of prey. Single mom. Single mom is like one of the best scores that a pimp or a hustler or a thug can find.
And why is that?
Because a baby mom understands what sacrifice is. Because that's all baby moms do, and single moms do.
So maybe
sacrifice.
like more willing to kind of do whatever.
More cooperative,
Okay, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the bills need to get paid. She's working 2 jobs and barely seeing her kid. And in 1 hour, he can pay her bills for the month. She can stay home and be a mom some more. Only have to work 1 job, just to make sure she get. It's it's the energy of the hood, the hustle of the hood. It's my generation. Your goal was to be a drug dealer's girlfriend. Or a rapper's girlfriend, or an athlete's girlfriend. If you weren't dating one of those kinds of guys, and you were a bum. So it's the kind of things that we put into our kids' heads for social acceptance or for social superiority. Because the truth is the reason why most people want to be around famous people is because they want it to make them famous too.
Okay, so we'll take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So you became a mom at 16.
Yeah.
Okay. And so between puberty, where things got weird with your dad, and becoming a mother, what was the dynamic at home?
I wasn't at home. I left home a lot. I started running away when I was 12.
And why was that?
Needed a break. Too stressful. Okay. My half-sister was hell. My mother was a trauma survivor. And my dad was a workaholic. And my other siblings were out the home. I grew up alone. I spent as much time with my dad as I did because I worked with my dad.
Right.
If you wanted to spend time with dad, you had to work with dad. So I worked. So I understood how to make money. I understood the value of getting $1. Like I was just saying to someone the other day, at 13 years old, 14 years old, my mom was able to come and ask me to borrow $2,000.
Where would you hold the money at?
And I kept stashes everywhere. I still do. Old habits die hard. But there was a shoe, an old sneaker, and I turned it into a piggy bank. And I would go out in the streets, do what I needed to do, and I would always make sure I left my lawyer money in that shoe.
Just in case. So at a young age, you understood that what I'm doing could lead me to need a lawyer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The amount of crack I was selling in Brooklyn.
So,
are you kidding me?
So if you were around that time, around that space.
Yeah. I knew I was a juvenile. I knew I was getting away with murder.
So how did you even get introduced to the drug game?
Family.
Okay.
I don't want to get too much into the details of my family and the drug trade. What I will say is I had family that was very involved and very high up in distribution. And we lost them, all of them. And our family changed. Sometimes people run to the streets, but sometimes the streets are just tattooed on you.
Yeah. I was literally just having that conversation earlier.
When you're such and such's little sister or such and such's little cousin, you know what I mean? Or, he calls her little sister. Like the guy in the neighborhood, when that guy goes down, the people that were under his protection are up for grabs in the neighborhood, and everybody's going to test it. I got tested a lot, and I passed a lot of tests. So for me, I never gave a fuck. And I don't think people understand what I mean when I say I don't give no fuck. It's not that I don't care about my life or the world or my community or children or art or I care about all of those things. I just only care about what's real in it. See, all this shit that we live is fake. None of it's real. So we have to ask ourselves, in a world where we have a community like Hollywood that's celebrated and we sell the images that come out of this place to the world to say, this is how you need to be. This is what you need to be. This is who you need to date. And we make that the paragon of what we quest for in life. Mm-hmm. But it's all a lie. Absolutely. Don't you want to be Jada Pinkett and Will Smith? 5 years ago, you would have said yes. What would you say today? I don't know. It's... So for me, I think where my heartbreak and my outrage in music really comes from is the fact that I was already doing dirt. I went to the business to stop doing dirt. Man. That's what we all thought. Yeah. I'm in this street shit. If I keep doing this street shit, it's gonna get me one way or the other. Let me find my way out. I'm not gonna be a star basketball player or a rocket scientist or this, but you know what? I'm good at music. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. I can make it happen. I can make a lot of money. You put yourself on this track for this thing. And it's the most important thing. And you make all those sacrifices to get that thing. And then you get there and you realize not only did you not get anything new, it's worse because there's no rules. Mm-hmm. See, when I'm dealing with street shit, there's a code that has to be followed. One way or the other. You break those rules, you get your just rewards. Yeah. And that's the way that works. But imagine the streets with no rules. Mm. Imagine the streets where there are no cops. Imagine the streets with no prosecutors. Imagine the streets with no social workers. Imagine the life that you're living with everything that you have that keeps order and people from fucking being their true animal self. Imagine the world without any of that. That's the music industry.
Mm. Mm. Okay, well, before we want to...
Yo, when I found out, when I was at my first meet and greet and I seen a rapper whose name I won't say shoot somebody in the face, and I heard someone else say, you can let him rest there for a while, I'm getting my dick sucked. They gonna get the cleaner. And everybody carried on while this dead guy was sitting there in my face. Mm. And somebody came and picked him up, just like they said. And guess what? No cops were called, but there were a lot of people running around wiping cameras with magnets. And it's like it never happened. See, if that situation had happened in real life, somebody would have ended up snitching because it was public, there was cameras around. You know what I'm saying? In real life, where there's rules. Mm-hmm. Ain't no rules in the game. No. So yeah, I was pissed. Because I could have stayed in the streets if I was going to do all this shit.
You felt a little safer in the streets.
There's rules in the streets. Yeah. If I know the rules just as well as anybody else or just as well as any cop or any DA, I got a shot. I ain't got no shot with no rules. I ain't got no shot when I go to visit a family member and they dime me out for a car and their credit score is still under 625. I get a brand new car. with a 528 credit score, and you're trading what worth shit.
Baby, I can't get a bike with that credit score.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you get that? Like, it's fucked up that shit has gotten to the point for me in real life where literally I gotta go and been verified and run motherfuckers' credits before I agree to come over to visit. Cause I'm a bag.
Yeah.
But you wanna know what's funny? I've been a bag. Even before the industry, I was a bag.
Yeah.
I was that girl that knew how to get money. I knew how to make money. I was a babysitter, trusted babysitter. I watched rich people's kids. They would leave the country and I'd be there in the house with their children by myself at the age of 12. Everybody knows that. I had, you know, those covered photo albums that make the music when you open them up and all of that. I used to make those. I used to make 100 of them a month with my own hand. I turned a fucking hot glue gun into a goddamn ATM. But drugs, the money was just so much faster.
Yeah.
It was so much faster, you know. You know, and then I was still working with my dad. Yeah. And so my whole life has been work, money, work, money, work, money, work, money. But for a mother to be able to go to her teenage child, 13, 14 years old, ask for $2,000, the child go get the money and bring it to you, and you don't even ask where it came from.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That speaks volumes about my childhood. You know, so, and then when you take all of that and add the sexual trauma and the abuse, because I was sexually abused before I ever lost my virginity. I never had that moment.
What round age did that start happening for you?
There was the handsy touchy with the dirty uncle at church. 5, 6, 7. He finally got busted. He got my sister real good. My mom's Aries speared her and dropped her off over there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he had Shelly alone. But then my cousin, high on PCP, he sodomized me, and then, yeah. And re-victimization is very easy for a secretive child. Because I was a secretive child. So yeah, by the time the sex industry became a part of my life, I have been raped 7 times and gang raped twice. Yeah. By that point.
Was there ever any moment where you felt, did you ever tell anybody?
Yeah.
And then was there no sort of justice?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of sweeping under the rug. There was a lot of that never happened. There was a lot of please don't say that. There was a lot of your dad's gonna kill him. There was a lot of please, she needs a father for her kids. She's a slut and she can't keep having babies out of wedlock. There's a lot of you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a lot of, well, you was fucking with that nigga. You had it coming. He did it to other people. Why shouldn't it happen to you?
So no real justice, no
street justice.
Street justice. Okay. Do you think that those things played a huge part in your entrance into the adult entertainment industry?
Absolutely. After being terrorized, physically terrorized, sodomized, beat on, pissed on, shit on, burned with cigarettes, burned with a cigar, cut with a razor, motherfuckers just going on you for days. Yeah. Yeah, you don't find guys all that interesting after that. So, of course, that made me a lesbian, right? Because I don't like men anymore because they're fucked up, right? But see, women were always for fun, never for feeling, except for 2. One is deceased and one is alive, and I can't have nothing to do with either one of them. Memories or. So then you realize It's not that you don't like men, you're just traumatized.
Right.
And then you deal with the fact that you've always been attracted to women. You've always been attracted to men. You're attracted to people. You're attracted to energy. Oh, you're bisexual. Mm-hmm. But you can't say you're bisexual because then the gay community won't claim you because they just gonna say you a lazy bitch that don't want to pick a side, you know? So, you know, or at least that's how it was in the
back
90s.
Then, yeah.
You know,
now,
and
child, you can be anything you want to
be. Anything. You can be a unicorn.
Yeah. You could be a cat.
You can be a cow, just like Doja.
Yeah. You can be whatever you like. So.
Oh, you can have whatever you like. Ask T.I. He gave people a whole lot of shit, even shit they didn't want, allegedly.
Apparently.
So, you know.
So.
Moving right along.
Moving on. So, what came first, the Madam or the Dominatrix?
So, this is why I never claimed the title Madam. Actually, I used to call myself an ambassador of fun.
That's a spicy way to put it.
I called myself the good time girl. I don't know who is calling me, but this
Jack, we said put all phones on silent.
Wait, no, hold on. Wait a minute.
Unless it's somebody juicy.
Michael?
Yes, I don't even want nothing. I just want to tell you and Odell that I love y'all, and that's it. And you can go right back to what you was doing.
Wait a minute, Mike.
What?
I'm filming right now. I'm with the Blue Couch people. I'm with the Reallyfe Street Stars.
Oh yeah! I know you killing it.
Wait a minute though. You know you gotta come to the Blue Couch.
Anytime you invite me anywhere, I'm coming.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the phone with Joker because they gotta have Michael Collier on the couch. Got to.
Well, that would be great. What do you guys do it at though? In LA?
In Dallas, they'll fly you out. I'll make sure everything is okay.
That would be fantastic.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna give you Odell here.
Drug money.
Sorry about girl. That's what that phone be though.
Yeah.
So that was my mentor, Michael Collier.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Oh no, you guys are gonna love him, and he is such Black Hollywood royalty, and I think he's gonna start helping us with cruelty-free artistry. He believes in it, and it's nice. It's nice to have someone who's been supporting you and backing you up. That man's been in my life for 30 years.
It's a long time.
I remember being a girl watching him on Star Search and listening to his story about going from being a decent, upstanding citizen to getting caught on drugs to becoming homeless and then using comedy to fight his way back to sobriety. And now here he is, books later, movies later, and he does his morning show right here on YouTube, and he's fabulous. You guys really got to talk to him. So much history there.
I'm excited about meeting him. Yeah, we're excited. So we're going to get back to you. Though.
Yes, let's get back to me.
So you said that you didn't want to claim Madam as a title.
No, because I don't think that anyone should have the right to claim ownership over someone's flesh, even in a rental capacity. I believe that every woman, whatever you do with your body is your choice, and if you choose to sell your body, that's fine. But to have someone that had a book like me, my book wasn't as good as Heidi Fleiss, but it was damn close. And when the girls wanted to keep working, but didn't want to have to worry about getting caught up with possible African stuff, how do they stay connected? Because they lose their contact when they walk away from their madam, when they walk away from their pimp. And guess what? The guys only deal with the people who are in the book. So having access to me gave them access to be able to still be in those rooms, still see those clients. And I never really took money. See, that was the thing, which is another reason why I couldn't claim madam. You know what I would take? Information.
Ooh, worth millions.
And that's when it started for me, because a lot of the girls that I worked with, that I subcontracted with, and I would say I was more of a subcontractor.
And so were you already intertwined with the music industry when this became a part of your life?
Okay. Yeah, but the thing is it was always a duality. Sex is a huge part of the industry. And trading information in the industry.
This feels like spy work.
It is.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
They even made a movie about that.
You know, Jennifer Lopez knew a lot of things about Benny Medina that Benny Medina would have been uncomfortable with people knowing. And he made it possible for her to stand very close next to Tommy Mottola to create that very imaginary career that we're now watching fall apart spectacularly in real time. As Ben Affleck lives in an Airstream.
Running around.
To drink.
Girl in the Bronx.
To drink his bad choices away. That man is living in an Airstream. He'd rather Airbnb it in real time than go home to his bride.
And he circled the block for that.
I don't know if it was him. I got a
Somebody ran around the corner.
I got a feeling she was looking for a fairy tale, hoping to skip the whole Diddy thing. You know, I'm gonna marry Ben Affleck. Finally, I'm gonna get me my Prince Charming, and I'm gonna do a whole dance movie, and I'm gonna dedicate it to me and Ben while he's drunk. Ben! Fuck you, Jen!
Blink twice, Ben. If you need us.
Pretty much. Girl, he can't blink. He can't see straight. He's drunk. Do you hear what I'm telling you? This man been drunk since Diddy got raided. He ain't put the cut. Look, batteries not included. This one.
My hands are full.
They say that's the Affleck right now.
That's unfortunate.
It sounds like he need Affleck.
Do you need some assistance?
Woo! He mad at his choice.
Choices, honey. Hashtag choices.
But when your marriage is based around lies anyway.
Yeah.
Because if nobody remembers, she ran to Ben after Diddy in the first place.
Back in the 90s, early 2000s.
She was all down for the diddler to that shooting. And then the next thing you know, she's in love with Ben Affleck. And that whole thing whitewashed that shooting away. Didn't it? I was so glad when he dumped her and got him a good Irish Catholic girl, somebody his family could appreciate. She called herself Jenny from the block. They didn't want that. And the block say that she wasn't ever Jenny from the block. They say, I don't know.
Ham and cheese on a roll.
Oh, child. Ham and cheese on a roll.
I'm not even from New York, but I know that ain't right.
Ham and cheese on a roll.
You gonna put no mayonnaise on it?
And the orange drink. If you know, you know.
I don't know anything.
You know, I'm going to tell you what I do know. She would have been better off being a professional sex worker as good as she is with that strap.
Ooh. Okay, so, girl.
Yeah.
So, ambassador of fun.
Yes.
How long did we do that?
5 years.
5 years. And you said that it wasn't a lucrative thing because you didn't want to take
Oh, no, it was
money
very
or
lucrative.
Well,
but when it came to the
informational-wise.
girls, when it came to my work, I got paid very well. I was dominatrix.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that came after.
After the gang rape.
Okay.
After I started sorting. I mean, the truth is I had a lot of night terrors. I would have spent a lot of money in therapy. Kicking ass was so much better. It was better. These men paid me, and all I would have to do was pretend they were my rapist. And every time they said I had the best, it sounded just like that. It would sound just like that. You know, I come and everything, you know, what the fuck? And I was that girl. They became my rage room.
A release.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so what was a extremely lucrative day? What did that look like for you financially, being a dominatrix?
Well, I had to go with him far away. He wanted to go to Iceland, and he wanted to. It's so embarrassing.
Okay. I mean, you don't. We
He wanted to get in a cold ice water bath outside, and he wanted to get plugged, you know, with the apparatus though.
And what is an apparatus?
So basically, it's like
I don't know. I don't know.
it's a dildo on a crank.
Oh, okay. So like a machine.
Like,
okay. So okay. All right. So you hand crank it, or is it automatic? You plug it up?
I could pump it.
You could pump it up.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be out there naked with that motherfucker. It was cold as shit.
Okay.
Crazy motherfucker. That's what he wanted. He wanted to. I don't know if he needed to chill his asshole before we got to crank him.
How much you make off the ice crank? How much was that?
I mean, he paid me $50K for the weekend.
For the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. To ice crank it.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
Crank that apparatus.
Yeah, I've seen the human male do a lot of strange shit. You know?
Do you feel like men are just naturally sexual deviant?
No, I think women are.
Tell me more.
Because boys, usually in order for them to go the wrong way, they got to get fucked over by a woman early on.
Most men that I run into who talk about trauma, it starts with a woman. It starts with a woman doing something.
It starts with mom. It starts with mom. Mom didn't pay me enough attention. Mom didn't love me enough. Mom paid me too much attention. Mom smothered me too much. Mom loves me too much. Mom is always in the bathroom when I'm taking a piss. She wants to see if my testicles are dropping. Like, moms do a lot of damage.
Yeah, moms can do weird. That's why
and
it's important to have fathers around.
Yeah, that part. Please keep your mother busy.
She need to be watching his balls.
But yeah, like I noticed that a lot of men and a lot of the clients that I had wives. You would have thought that they were the happiest people in the world.
When you saw them publicly.
That's why it would hurt when I would have to burn them. Because I already knew, like, it was a possibility somebody's gonna, you know, get hurt. Because the kind of pictures that I would send to their wives. You know what I mean?
On some revenge stuff? What you said?
Well, no, I mean, it's just, you know, if we have an agreement, we have an agreement. If you break that agreement.
Oh, yeah, and I got to take down.
You break that agreement. And if I realize that it's no longer viable for me to keep you on as a client and I'm seeing that you're clinging a little too tight, then I have to blow up your life. I have to keep you busy in reality so you can leave me alone as your fantasy.
Let me ask you this. Were there ever any women that came to see you in
Yeah,
your time
I
as
have
a
female
dominatrix?
clients. Yeah.
What is that like? Because a lot of times, especially
Can't
on
do
movies
them.
and stuff.
Can't do them.
Yeah, because you never see women be the sub. Like on television and in movies and stuff like that, it's always men.
Yeah.
What was that like with women?
No, because they're clinging.
Was it a hell no? Or just
No, because it's stage 5 fucking clingers.
Ooh, insanity.
They're nuts. Because they want to be dominated by a woman. And they want to, it's weird. It's just weird. And then they want to book back-to-back sessions. And then they want to book your whole week. And guess what? Even if you got the money to pay for it, you're stealing my time.
Right. You being selfish.
You're stealing my time. And that means you got plans to turn this into a relationship.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you
I
got to
get
know
what you're
how to read the signs.
Right.
These fucking humans are weird.
I'm not wearing glasses.
They're really funny little fuckers. You know, I had one client, I made the mistake of telling him too much about my real life. This pussy tracked me down, showed up at my son's school while I was picking him up from school, talking about, I'm going to adopt you. I'm your new dad.
You do not know me. You do not know me, sir.
I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Yeah, I kicked his ass.
He needed to be arrested, sir. You're stalking me.
Show up in my kid's school.
That's
with flowers and shit and toys and shit. Motherfucker.
Did you ever think you got that thing? Like, you know, like
I got something.
Got that thing.
And there's a lot of times I wish God would take it back. Because I can't make normal mistakes like normal people. Like, my mistakes be like, you know, look at Gerald.
Jack said she got that. You know
look at Gerald. Look at my second husband.
I haven't seen him, girl.
I don't know what happened to him. But apparently, Whatever it was that I got,
That thing.
it went wrong.
Or maybe it went too right.
Not you no, there's nothing that should make you want to blow up a car.
I don't know, Jag. I don't know. If you got that fire, all I'm saying is, if the fire
Where's
is firing,
Odell?
all I'm saying.
Odell?
I think he's upstairs.
Oh, he's upstairs.
I think he's upstairs. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying none of these people's actions are justified. All I'm saying is, if you got that fire, you got that fire.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. And that's why I hate monogamy, but I like to be in monogamous relationships because I got too much going on.
Yeah. Can't give it to everybody.
No. Shit, sometimes you can't give it to one person.
Yeah. I gave it to one person and he put a ring on it.
That's
over with. Lock it down.
That part.
Yeah.
Did you see the joy? Did you see the joy, nigga? Joy! I'm telling you right now, you would have thought she just said she was giving her life to Christ. Yes!
Okay, I ain't playing about it. I am not playing about it. Can somebody turn on the air?
As good
Jesus Christ.
as the gay boys do it. You know, I don't know, maybe I don't, it's the masculine
I love it.
in the hand that give them that whacka. You know that.
So, okay. So
It's like a gay pimp slap, you know?
So we lived our life as a not madam. What did you call it?
A fun ambassador.
A fun ambassador.
Yes.
We lived our life as a dominatrix.
What?
Did you enjoy wholeheartedly any part of those experiences?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We have fun.
Because you told a story on the podcast about some balls. Could you retell that story for those who may have missed it?
Balls.
You said that you ballroom dance with them.
Oh, yeah.
Can we retell that story for people who might not have seen that? Because
that was my guy. He was Fortune 500. He was a retiree, and he decided he wanted to take his golden parachute and, smoke crack and, get call girls every day. And, not every day, but it was definitely a good 5 days a week. He would take the 2 days off and wait for the new deposits to kick in because he would keep running that card until, it's not working anymore, Herman. Try it again. Aren't you sending Blondie? Try it. It's bad, yo. It's an addiction. Can you just run it again? Can you put it in manual? Will that work? Just
push the numbers in.
Yo, there is nothing
Sir,
worse
it's nothing
than
on there.
hearing a man begging for company.
It's nothing left. They're gonna lock your card up if I keep trying.
American Express, for real, they should paid us a processing fee because we was running, yo. Man, but he was a sweet guy, but he just wanted to smoke crack, and he just wanted to dress up in his ballroom gowns and wear his makeup, and he liked to get his nuts twisted, after a nice little turnaround, and then, he'd get his pipe and get out the torch and, make sure it blows his head back, you know what I'm saying? Because he like that, yo.
As long as it's consensual, honey, give me whatever you like.
Give one time, yo, that motherfucker said, Asia, hit me. Madam Asia, hit me. And I said, you want to hit, motherfucker? He said, yeah. I said, come here. I took that shit and I duct taped the pipe on his mouth. I was like, you want to hit? And I went and turned the joint off. And he was oh. And he just, tears came down his eyes. He told me it was the best session in his life. He said, I never knew there's a moment where you could want to stop smoking crack and then the enjoyment comes right back. He was dead ass. We had moments.
Good ones sound like it.
We had moments. But at the end of the day, the one thing I learned from client to client was this simple thing. Everybody has a dirty secret. Everybody is ashamed of something. And the people that really don't want to face it are the ones that will spend the most money to find a place to exercise them quietly. You know, it's not normal. It's not normal to, you know, want somebody to shove peanut butter up your ass with a douche. Like, that's not normal.
That seems almost unsanitary.
Yeah. Yeah, he would want the chunky. He would want the chunky.
That seems infection.
And I would have to put it up there with the turkey baster.
The peanut butter.
Yeah.
So how do you melt it first? Because I don't know if everybody knows, but peanut butter is quite thick.
Just listen to me. You cut the tip off so it's like
a little wider.
Yeah.
And you like spoon it in?
And with the plunger.
Okay. Okay.
You know? You want to get it in one hit.
Okay.
You don't want Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Right.
You want to,
Does he like jelly too? Or are we just...
Well, no, he was a peanut butter. He liked the crunchy peanut butter.
Slap a piece of bread on there. I don't know. Okay.
Whole karate instructor. I hope he's like for real, man. Like he used to like the pins shoved down the urethra of his, and the more pin, he give you $100 for every pin. You know what I mean? I was a single mom. Let's go for 10, G.
Let's go.
School time coming. Come on, let me get my pins. You know?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Love the stories, Jack.
But this is the kind of shit that people do. This is the kind of weird catharsis that's out there. And this is what people are paying for. So then you take that and you put that into entertainment. You put that into movies. Like it's, some of those people that are into that shit are directors, G. And they're looking at your kid on camera. You know, salute to Orlando Brown. Because a lot of those weirdos. There's a guy right now that's oddly intersecting in my life. You remember that Aries Spears Tiffany Haddish thing that she got in big trouble for, and somehow Aries Spears just got to skate away? Well, there's a guy right now that's working with someone that there's, like I said, intersection with, not relationship with, but it's the guy who filmed that shit.
The cameraman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's still working. And now he's got a production company called Walk by Fucking Faith.
Not by faith. Don't bring God into this.
Like, no, seriously. Like, that's an issue for me. Because you're doing child pedo shit. But meanwhile, the only person that really took the fall was the black woman. And Aries, oh, well, he was already a piece of shit, so fuck Tiffany. You know what I mean? You know.
We like Tiffany around.
Yeah, I like Tiffany too.
Yeah.
And I hate what they're doing to her because they're putting her through the fucking grinder. You know, they're gaslighting her life.
Yeah.
You know, just sitting there and talking with her. You know, I dated Common in the late 90s. She dated Common 20 years later. This pussy's still doing the same shit. You know? Oh. So it was just interesting. And talking to Tiffany, I started realizing that she got duped, man. Yeah. Like she got duped, and they'll do that. They'll promise you they're your friends, and they'll say, hey, just work on this piece. Oh, it's never coming out. It was a pilot. It's just only supposed to be. It goes like that a lot of times. And when you're a struggling actor really trying to break through, you're really taking it. This guy was on Mad TV, you know what I mean? But this other guy, this guy who filmed it, and then the person that he works with was in some weirdo cult film thing with Ron Jeremy, and they was running around raping black girls with goats masks on and shit. And these people are still operating in Hollywood, and they're working with children. And people wonder why. You know, I'm so outrageous because Not only do I understand what perv is in the private sector, I know what it is on the grander scale of the entertainment industry. We got pervs everywhere, and it's not being properly addressed. And the truth is, if it wasn't for sex workers, dominatrix, people like myself, I don't know how many women would be fucked off in real life.
Yeah.
The shit that these guys is into, there have been times. I've literally called people from the domestic violence unit and said, yo, I got a client, I'm worried about his wife. Like seriously, because that pussy was paying. He wanted me to fight him, but then he wanted me to play dead and pretend that he killed me. And he would scream out his wife's name. And because I asked him, who the fuck is Linda? And he was, oh, that's my wife.
That's insane.
So you're role-playing choking your wife to death with me?
We're going to go ahead and take you off of our list.
Oh, yeah? But the thing is, whatever it was that he got in those sessions with me, it kept him from wanting to go home and do it with her.
Because you know that they're making realistic, and I've seen like pictures and videos of sex dolls, but that are children.
Yeah, I know.
And some are saying, great, that these people have an outlet so they don't hurt real children. Some are saying that, oh, that's just advocating.
What happens if their doll melts? What happens if they got to get their doll sent out for cleaning? I'm sure there's heavy sanitation involved with a real life sex doll. They got reservoirs built into those things and everything. You gotta keep those things clean. And they got one kids
that look like little girls and little boys.
Yeah, well, like that makes sense to me only if you're using them as like a sting doll to see who would do it so you could arrest them.
That's good.
Like that's the only way that would make sense, would be like to trap pedos.
Yeah.
And see if they'll go for it, and then make it make noise and say, see, that was a real person. Throw them in jail for life.
You're old. Nope, they can just go online and order them. Any and everybody.
And not for law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we selling babies.
Literally.
Wow.
Literally.
See, and this is why I don't come outside.
Mm-hmm.
But then I come outside. And we making.
Yeah. When we cut, if you're interested in seeing it, I can show you what I saw. But
well, you know what? Do me a favor. I think I might have a live bump into with Tasha K. Send it to me before I go to see her. Cause see, then I can get really mad and be like, "You fuck up."
I got you, girl.
No, wait a minute though. Quiet is kept between you and I. She actually told another content creator that we're both familiar with that she ain't gonna fight because she know I'm gonna kill her. Then she shows up in Philadelphia calling herself trying to denounce me in Philly and got booed at her own fucking show.
That's embarrassing.
Talking about me. And had some other little weirdos that be jacking all our content, stands in the audience, fuck Jaguar.
Let me ask you something, Jag. Do you think that you and Tasha K, with mediation, could have a conversation?
If she could bring my firstborn son back to life, and God told me he forgave her for all her sins, I might have a conversation with her. But it would take that.
Okay.
She would literally have to bring Giovanni back to life. And then God would have to co-sign that she was okay.
Gotcha. All right. Work on that. Work on that.
Speaking of female empowerment, do you remember the other day when we were talking and you had asked me about Howard University?
Yeah.
I want to say something else, if that's all right.
Go for it.
I'm a hard and I'm a tough critic. But at least you're doing the right thing now. Shout out to Howard University. Protect your girls. because the diddlers are out there.
Yeah.
Is it diddle-dee-dee, diddle-dee-doo? And let me tell you something.
Diddly shame.
Wait a minute. No, there's some new pervert now trying to be the new nature boy. Some boy named Javon. He's on YouTube. He tried to use me for clickbait, and apparently he's on some polygamous stuff. He's sitting up there like the honorable Farrakhan. Like he the honorable, and the women are, yes. And apparently I don't know, he trying to kick it off. What? Yeah, and he said it's okay for men to have sexual feelings about their mothers and their daughters and their other family members, because all men want to have sex with their mothers secretly and with their daughters. Oh, yeah. He's fucking down with the sickness.
He down with something, honey, because
I need to remake that rock song and just put it on blast. Yeah. And he was talking, wait a minute. It was so bad that one of the main trolls that be heavy going at me on YouTube said, see, this guy makes Jag look normal. See, I don't understand. Like this guy is bad.
Your haters is on your side. That's how you know.
Jag. Listen to, I hate Jag, but this guy, man. These are your people. YouTube. And what's the people? Javon something. Oh yeah, put it in. He got his little moment on the algorithm talking shit about me, about how I'm mad that I wasn't passed around more, and that I sing better, but my goods wasn't good enough. Yeah, that was his little moment.
Well, good luck, Javon.
You know what? Tell that story to your wives. Wait.
Okay.
Wait a minute. But the two, so they in their 50s.
Who?
The wives.
Now you got cougars.
Okay, and they've been friends since the 4th grade. And they just decided they just gonna bring her in. Because if she was gonna share them with somebody, it might as well be her best friend.
Her friend. So, Jag girl, before we get out of here, I do want to talk about current you.
What about current me?
I know that with everything that's going on with you and you're telling your truths and, with all these people, how are you doing mentally?
Great.
Yeah.
I wish I could hesitate, but I can't. I got to have a family argument for the first time in a long time.
I love a good family argument, child. Yes.
And it was with two of my favorite people in the world. My manager, Ange, who's known me for a long time.
Shout out, Ange. Love you, Ange. You're my new fave.
Oh my God, right?
He is.
Loving on him.
I talk about Ange probably more than I shouldn't. And I promise you, if this wasn't only for the fans, Ange would be next on this couch because
I hear you.
First of all, I have been obsessed my entire life with like the idea of like the mob and the idea of like certain things, right? And when I hear Ange speak, he has such that accent, and I'm like, tell me more, please. You can say anything. Just tell me you want a pepperoni pizza with extra mozzarella.
It's like being Sweet Talk by Joe Pesci.
Yes, it's amazing.
You want to know what's funny? I was telling Odell the other day. I said, baby, we're the urban, my cousin Vinny.
Literally. He told me some shit about a spray bottle, and I'm hooked. So I ain't gonna say nothing else, but he told me some things. So that's my friend now. I love me some English.
That is the encyclopedia of life right there.
Yes,
and then, of course, Odell is new in my life, but he feels so familiar to me on so many different levels.
There's a glow about you when you speak of him.
Yeah, he's good for me.
That love? Is that glow love?
Yeah. That's the big. That's the big. I'm too old to be playing games. Yeah. And when you meet somebody that checks off every box, and then a few you didn't know, it's
beautiful.
It's crazy. Because I'm at a loss for words a lot when I talk about him or I think about him. I don't know.
It's something it's on you and it's in you.
Well, I'm writing a piece about it, so I don't want to say too much because.
Say a little bit.
Okay.
For me. She ain't gonna say this on y'all stuff. It's just him.
What I can say about Odell is that I know I want him there every morning and every night.
Amen. I
know that creating content and building network with him is gonna be so much fucking fun.
Isn't that what life is about?
And I know that I'm never gonna have to order my own meal again. He literally loves everything I love.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Show up and my favorite drink is on the table and I didn't even have to tell him it was. He just guessed. Very attentive. Just, it's funny. It's like we're in a race to see who can be better to each other. And we both had so many interesting experiences. He's 2 marriages. I'm 2 marriages.
3rd time's a charm.
That's what they say, but I'm hoping there's no luck involved because just the DNA of how we operate with one another. And I mean, when I walk out of lockup and he's sitting right there, as he always is, head buried in tech.
And from what I understand, baby, he never left.
No.
He never left.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I just looked and I'm like, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. So yeah.
And he probably ain't leaving you either, girl, because from what I hear, you got that thing.
Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. I hope not, because what's funny is like I'm addicted to him.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk. You can tell when I'm in love with someone because I get real
very
like
giddy, like it's.
And I get real mousy, like I can't tell you, man.
You blushing, girl. I don't know if they can see it on camera with these pink lights, but you
else, I
blushing,
slut that motherfucker out. That nigga do this. He play helicopter with his dick. But let me care about somebody, and it's like every. Like I can't.
You gotta keep it on. You can't tell them everything because
I
try to
won't
come
tell you about my man's toe jam.
Yeah, they'll try to come and do them. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'll catch a case for real.
Yeah, just like me. Jag, me and you will both be in lockup together, just looking at each other, just trying to
do it.
Yeah.
Try it if you like. See if you like it.
As a matter of fact.
Try Jesus, not me.
Cause I throw hands.
That part. Shout out to great Texas music.
Amen. Throw hands.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I can say is, it's nice to know when your good karma is kicking in.
Yeah.
My 47th birthday is now the best birthday of my life. 2 extraordinary things happened. I met Odell, who I do believe more and more every day is the love of my life. And Diddy couldn't run anymore because he got caught beating Cassie. I got the truth.
Yeah. That could not be denied.
Galore. Yeah. And love galore. I know God loves me.
Oh, yeah.
And it was funny because I'm sitting there in jail. Do you want to kill yourself? I said, bitch, have you seen my views? Why?
Why would I want to do a thing like that? So peace, happiness, love, security.
Yeah, but
family.
But more importantly, my alignment with God. Because God makes all of those things possible. He makes all of those things happen. And when you get to the point in your life when you finally know, you feel God acknowledging you. Yeah. You don't need nothing from nobody else.
Amen.
You don't need nothing from nobody else. And when God shows up and he places flowers on you for everyone else to see. Yeah. Beautiful. I'm grateful that he gave me this testimony, and I'm grateful that he put me through everything that he put me through, because with all of the stuff that I've seen, been through and made it through, there's really not nobody I can't ever have a conversation with.
Yeah.
And if I can talk to anybody, then I can tell anybody about how awesome God is to me.
Amen.
There's power in testimony because you can't get one without a test.
Say something. Say something.
Boom.
Well, Jag, I know this is the Only for the Fans podcast, but that's my new thing when I say it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Only for the Fans podcast. I speak for this channel, Reallyfe Starz, when I say that. Ooh, girl, I said I wasn't gonna do it.
What? You tearing up?
Said I wasn't gonna do it, girl.
Don't you mess that mascara up.
That we love you to death, and you always have a home and a safe space right here. Right here.
I can't wait. I saw that Airstream. Odell and I are about to start farming on a mountain.
Let me get some apples. Let me get a couple oranges and some bananas.
I don't trust this food they got out
here. Yeah, you see the fruit is plastic or something.
I know.
I don't
and
know.
He and I have just been talking like, yo, we need to make it possible for there to be access to good, clean food. So, yeah,
and
that
cruelty-free entertainment.
And cruelty-free entertainment.
Okay,
which
so what's the website for that? Do you have anything set
Yes,
up?
cruelty-freeartistry.org.
Crueltyfreeartistry.org.
Yes, please check us out.
And for the people who are foolish and aren't following you yet, what is your social?
At Jaguar Wright. That's it. I keeps it simple.
Yeah.
Some people call me the Jaginator. But realjag.com. And you can always find me here. I think it's going to be hard for me to stay away because you guys are family.
Oh, absolutely.
It's all day, every day. And I just want to say, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're out there kicking ass and you're breaking down barriers and you're bridging gaps in places where they have not been. And it's all of that uniqueness that makes that possible. And you are such a shero.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I hope you know that.
I said I wasn't going to do it, Jag. Stop. Well, Jag, I love you.
Love you too.
Wholeheartedly, from the bottom of my heart, I swear. And I thank you for coming and telling the story that nobody else is trying to get out of you.
Well, those are things that we can share.
Yeah.
Badass chick to badass chick.
I love you, girl. Listen.
We love all of you.
We love you guys. And let me tell you something. She's going to tell me more when the cameras go off.
Ooh,
So,
we got things to discuss.
With that being said, I appreciate everybody who tapped in. We love you so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe immediately because you don't want to miss out on anything. And until the next episode, you guys, we're out.
Peace.
Only for the Fans, the podcast.